Hi, my name is Alma Chavez, and I'll be giving a speech on poverty, education, and immigration. We live in a world full of problems. Every day on the news, we see people dying, hate, and destruction. Beyond the wars and the political problems, there is more to the story than just that. There are people dying and suffering every day while migrating to escape from poverty to other countries to either look for a job or achieve a higher education. Imagine yourself with no phone, no food, and for you females, no education. These are some struggles people face every day worldwide. Poverty increases day by day. The amount of children who die suffering as well. People migrate to other countries to find new opportunities. Learning is one of the opportunities that migrants look for. According to Delise Williams, he says there are only 5 causes to poverty. He said on originproject.org, there are both external and internal causes, both man-made and natural. What is poverty? Poverty is a state of being inferior in quality or insufficient amount. One of the causes William mentions is that history has a lot to do with how much poverty there is in some countries. Many of the poorest areas in the world are colonies where slavery existed. The condition that those colonies have usually prevent people from accessing resources that would allow them to support themselves or family. Discrimination and inequality is another cause that William talks about in his blog. Inequality builds many barriers for people who get treated as less. It prevents them from accessing tools or opportunities to be able to sustain their families. Discrimination towards children and women is also a significant factor to why they live in poverty. Poverty is an increasing worldwide issue that tends to be addressed and not be ignored. Poverty is the main cause of hunger in the world. About 21,000 people die every day of hunger worldwide. According to hunger statistics, children are the ones being most affected. 45% of children under the age of 5 are dying of malnutrition. That up to 3.1 million children a year. As I speak, a child is dying of hunger. Every 5 seconds that go by, a child dies of starvation. There's plenty of food to feed everyone in the world, but yet there's a lot of people dying of hunger. 3 billion people around the world that makes less than there are 3 billion people around the world that makes less than $2 a day. People don't have enough money to buy food, and that is when the consequences come along. They start to starve themselves, and that is when the health issues begin. Their bodies don't get the nutrients it needs, and they get weaker, and eventually they get sick until they die. Here's a picture of kids who are suffering from poverty. As you can see, it is a real problem. Poverty is also one factor that makes people migrate into other countries where they believe will be more resources. Immigrants and immigration reform laws have caused a lot of chaos these past years. Many think that immigrants should go back to where they come from. Immigrants leave their homes to start from scratch in another country. Immigrants migrate to other countries to escape certain things. Many people want to escape poverty from their countries as well as violence. In the article named Why People Migrate, they stated that the number one reason was because of poverty. Also, they want to give their families a better living, and they hope they can achieve a higher education. There is many reasons to why people don't want a reform law to pass, 2 of them being that they take away jobs from citizens and opportunities. Some U.S. citizens are infuriated with illegal workers because they say they are taking away jobs and opportunities. Emil F., a program director and Migration ICA, says that migrants choose jobs that are available right away, and those jobs are usually low-skill jobs where Americans do or can't and don't want to do. There is many reasons to why people believe to why immigrants bring more problems to the countries. But coming from a family that migrated to the United States, I believe that people should look at different perspectives and realize that not all immigrants bring back. As time passes by, and then here's another picture of how immigrants do migrate, and they migrate to countries where they don't even know, they don't have no idea how the country is. As time passes by, the importance of education keeps rising. Being educated can open many doors, but yet in many countries, education isn't seen as important. Many nations don't allow women to go to school. According to Light Daily, it says there's over 20 prominent countries that do not allow women to be educated. These countries discriminate against women, which prevents them from learning. According to UNESCO, of the 110 million children out of school in developing nations, 60% are girls. Reading and writing is part of our everyday lives, but yet there is many people around the world that do not know how to read or write. About 1 in every 5 people in the world do not know how to read or write. That equals to around 785 million people worldwide. 2/3 of the population of the illiterate people are women. Education is a tool everyone should possess. 1 in every 3 high school students drop out, according to the 2008 report of the National Commission on Adult Literacy. Schools should also teach the importance of education and can open many job opportunities either where they live or in different countries. Being educated is important, especially as time progresses. There is many countries that don't allow women to learn, and that is affecting how they are being treated. Learning is something everyone should be able to do. Poverty, immigration, and education are topics that we don't really hear about on the news. Yes, we might see commercials where they're asking for your help to donate to certain charities, but how many of you actually donate? Not many, right? These are problems happening worldwide, like here in the United States, in China, Africa, Mexico, you name it. Sometimes we get carried away about things that aren't so important. We dread about not having the latest phone. We dread about going to school, but we need to realize that those are just minor things. There's people in the world that starve for days and don't get opportunity like us to go to learn. Thank you.